What's up, guys? Welcome to Stuck on the Screen, where we watch movies and TV shows and
never miss a scene.
Today we got really something special, something I hold close to my heart. I know this guy over here too, as you can see. He got
representing.
Yeah, so this is our Uncle Bobo. He's obviously a huge Star Wars fan. Destiny has never seen Star Wars, and this is her first time watching the prequels, so I'm very excited to get to talking about this. There's a lot to talk about, a lot of Jar Jar Binks, and a lot more to get into. So, you guys ready?
Let's do it. First off, I gotta start with saying, have you never seen Star Wars before?
I know.
Come on.
I don't know. I never got into that series.
It's crazy because growing up, we grew up in the same household, obviously, and I watched Star Wars. My brother watched Star Wars, and I don't know what's up with her. She hasn't seen anything.
First off, the very first Star Wars movie that I ever seen was The Phantom Menace.
That's
That's the very first one I ever seen.
Yeah.
I never seen the original 3 until after I watched, I think, episode 2, and then I went and watched the original 3. I'd probably seen them on, but
yeah,
I never
the
sat there and paid attention. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, the very first one was The Phantom Menace for me.
Same.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it was for me too. I can't remember. I don't have a good memory. But let's start talking about The Phantom Menace since we talked about it. So this movie has a really big character for me. I love Qui-Gon Jinn, and I'm so glad he was in this movie. I mean, I love Liam Neeson as an actor, and I'm glad he was in the Star Wars movies in general. But yeah, his character Qui-Gon is just like...
that's Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson is Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh.
I was Qui-Gon Jinn. Yep.
Yeah.
One of the most important characters in Star Wars.
I didn't know that was Liam Neeson. Oh my gosh.
That was before he said, I will find you.
Did you know that Samuel L. Jackson is Mace Windu?
I knew Samuel but I forgot his name was Samuel L. Jackson. I was like, that's
First
Fury.
off, let me ask you guys something, because something that bothers me when people critique the prequels is they always complain about the CGI and how it looks so cartoony and it's so noticeable, and it bothered them, and that's the reason why they hate on the prequels. What did you guys think about that?
There's one part that has always stuck out to me, and that's in the third movie. It's when they're fighting Dooku, and then Dooku throws Obi-Wan, and then Obi-Wan's knocked out, and he puts that little platform on him. Mm-hmm. When he puts the way his body slides, it looks just like really fake. Mm-hmm. But that's the only thing that's ever stuck out to me, and that was from my first time watching it, and even this time. But other than that, I think the CGI is fine. I have no issue with it.
I mean, I was so in tune with the movie. I didn't really...
Thank you. That's what I was hoping you would say. Because I hate it when people are like, oh, the CGI bothered me so much, I couldn't get into it. Why are you watching movies paying attention to the CGI? Watch the movie for the story. Honestly, pay attention to the story. That's what matters.
I've gone to like pre-screenings of movies, and I've seen with the fake explosions, and like you could see the green screen and everything like that, and I still enjoyed the movies.
Right. Watch the movie for the story. Exactly.
But yeah, I don't think with the prequels there was much to trip on with as far as like,
to
CGI.
defend it though. The prequels were kind of what ushered in CGI. Before the prequels of Star Wars, CGI wasn't being done, and now it's being used all the time, and people still hate on it for the CGI. Watch the movie for the story, people. It's a good story.
But yeah, back to the whole Qui-Gon thing. So they're on Naboo, and then we get into Qui-Gon rescuing Jar Jar Binks, and Jar Jar Binks is by far one of the most hated characters in all of Star Wars. That's why he didn't talk much in the second and the third one, but I don't see a problem with Jar Jar as much as people think. What do you think of it?
Jar Jar was so funny. Like when he started talking, I couldn't stop dying. Like I thought it was so funny, and I like
Jar Jar Binks.
People hate on Jar Jar. Another thing they hate on. I thought it was funny too.
I like Jar Jar.
Yeah, there's nothing.
You're so stinky. That's one.
Yeah, I thought Jar Jar was cool, and then he takes him to his underwater home where he's banished because apparently he's an idiot.
He's a klutz. They banish him because he can't stay out of trouble. He's always getting messing things up and getting in trouble.
What did you think when they finally go away with Jar Jar? Like they convince the guy, he uses his Jedi mind trick. Did you think the Jedi mind trick was cool? Did you know what was going on?
Okay, wait, he uses Jedi mind trick?
Yeah.
Jedi mind trick?
Yeah, so there's this thing called Jedi mind trick where they can basically control the mind of
I
people
realized
who aren't
that
very intelligent.
Yeah, I realized that in other parts, but I didn't realize it in that part.
Yeah, he like just waves his hand in front of him. Like, you do not want
Yeah,
to eat
it
this
only
pizza.
works on the weak-minded.
Yeah.
If you got a strong mind, they manipulate your thoughts basically,
Yes.
and they'll wave their hand in front of your face, and then they'll tell them what they want them to do, basically.
So yeah, he did that to the guy to get Jar Jar free.
Oh.
And then they go and these giant fish. You remember the giant fish?
There's always a bigger fish.
When I seen Padme, and like when they first were getting off the plane,
Did you know that was Natalie Portman?
No, I'm not okay. I'm not good with actor names and actresses.
Well, that was Natalie Portman, and then she had a decoy. Her decoy was Keira Knightley. When I first saw the Phantom Menace, I didn't know. I thought it was the same person.
Yeah,
I had no idea that was two different people.
2 different people?
Yeah, it's 2 different people. And she's got a decoy.
I know she like in the movie she has the decoy,
Yeah.
but I knew like when they got off the plane and they told Qui-Gon that like she wants her
queen,
decoy
yeah.
to go or whatever to like know the land.
was
I
actually
knew
her.
it was the queen. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So
I just
you-
had a feeling.
You weren't surprised when later when she was like, "I'm actually the queen." She
Yeah,
steps
I wasn't
up?
that. I kind of like.
I was gonna ask you about that. I wanted to see your thoughts on her actually being the queen, but since you already
You knew it was her?
Yeah, I had a feeling
Hey,
it was her. Yeah.
Destiny, like the whole time she was watching all 3 movies, we weren't together, and she was texting me different things. She's like, "I don't trust the Chancellor." I was like, "I'm not gonna say anything."
Yeah, from the first movie, I was like, I don't trust him. That ain't it.
Yeah. When I was watching it the first time, you can tell when Darth Sidious is speaking, and you know it's the Sith Lord. I'm like, I think that's him. Like
He has little lips.
Yeah, they show the old face in the hood. so
Right,
you
and
can
I
see
never
that
seen, like I said, the originals. I hadn't watched it when I first saw the first
Either.
Phantom
Yeah.
Menace, so I didn't know. But yeah, I didn't trust him either. Like I knew he was coming sideways.
Yeah.
For
So,
sure.
what about the race? I know she texted me during that too. She said
Oh.
her heart was beating and she couldn't handle the race.
The anticipation, I couldn't. I was like, literally, that was my reaction the whole time.
Bro, that guy Saboba, his name's Saboba.
Saboba?
Saboba's freaking dirty. He wins
Yeah.
and pulls that
He's
little
a
part
little cheater,
off.
man.
Yeah.
He's a little cheat,
Yeah.
cheat to win. But it's kind of like the race is known for like anything goes pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was a pretty cool scene too. I like the pod races. I even had the Nintendo 64 game
Yeah.
going back, where it was just pod racing.
That's crazy. How did I like miss this whole era, bro?
So wait, did you know that? Did you catch the part where they're talking about Anakin didn't have a father?
Yeah.
He was conceived by the Force, like and that's
Yeah.
why. Well, for me, if you pay attention to the whole Star Wars scene, the whole Star Wars saga, and just these 3 in particular, it mimics the Bible pretty closely.
Yeah.
Like Anakin is Jesus. Jesus didn't have a father.
Yeah.
He's conceived by the Force. He's being tempted by the devil the entire time, and anyway,
Virgin Mary.
yeah,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
But George Lucas was drawing from that.
Yeah. While we're on the topic of Anakin not having a father, I was coming up with the thing in my head because when watching the 3rd movie, Darth Sidious or Palpatine is talking to him about Darth Plagueis creating life with the midi-chlorians and stuff like that. So I was like, wait, can Darth Plagueis be Anakin's father since he knows how to do that? But then I was like, well, Darth Plagueis, he technically taught Palpatine everything he knows. Could Palpatine have created life? And he's the one that brought the Chosen One, Anakin?
Mm-hmm.
And is he actually his father? I mean, they don't ever get into it, but it's a theory that can be explored.
Right. Yeah. Because she was. It came from she got pregnant by the Force. Though,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just
they don't ever explain it.
Midi-chlorians, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but I would love to know. They never get into it.
He's conceived by the Force.
Yeah,
That's all they say.
it's the chosen one. So this movie also introduced not just Qui-Gon, but my other favorite person on the dark side, Darth Maul. I freaking love Darth Maul, and I texted her that I love Darth Maul when she was watching it, and she was like, "Why do you love Darth Maul?" There's just so much to that character, Darth Maul, and there's books and shows and other stuff that Darth Maul is he's so cool, but it brings one of the best fighting scenes, as you were saying.
That's what did you think about the fight?
Well, my initial reaction to Darth Maul, first of all, I was like, this guy's scary. Like, as soon as he popped up on the screen, I was like,
yeah.
he's scary.
If you were to see him, like,
No.
actually, did you ever watch, no, you don't like scary movies, but in Maybe you watched it. What is it? The one with the husband and wife that are ghost hunters. Insidious.
Oh, I've never
Yeah,
seen it.
he looks like the devil.
Yeah. So in Insidious, there's at the end of the first movie, I believe, there's the devil character, and he looks exactly like Darth Maul. So I guess that's why. Yeah,
I think that's why he scared me so much because of that movie.
I wasn't scared. I mean, I was already a little older. I was a teenager already, maybe 17 when I first saw it. But I wasn't scared. I was just like, damn, this guy's cool as hell.
Yeah,
like,
I really
cool.
like Darth Maul.
The makeup and everything.
Took his hood off and like his horns. I was like,
yeah,
no way,
yeah. And I love the double blade
Oh yeah,
lightsaber.
I did notice the double blade. Yeah.
Dude, and he was taking on freaking Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon by himself, like just front and back too. Like he was attacking him and then like blocking.
Yeah, that just goes to show how powerful of a lightsaber wielder he was, you know.
Yeah, no.
And I don't know if he was that strong in the Force, like Sidious, obviously, but yeah,
that man can fight.
Mm-hmm.
But then it gets to like the scene where they're chasing him down that hallway and the little things come blocking him off, and then Qui-Gon's just waiting right there on his knees with like.
He's meditating in the Force.
That's what he was doing.
That's basically what he's doing.
Bro, I was like, you're fighting and you just.
He's meditating in the Force. I don't know if you know this, but the color of the lightsaber tells what type of Jedi they are.
Okay, I was wondering like why they all had different colors.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously that was just something they decided to do when writing it, but
then it got into like
the people with the green lightsaber they're more Force. They use the Force more. They're more involved with the Force, so they manipulate things with the Force. People with the blue lightsaber, they're known for being warriors. They're fighters. Yeah, so that's the different color. I think Mace Windu's the only one with the purple lightsaber, and I think that represents the fact that he's got a mean streak to him. Like he's got more of a meaner side to him than most Jedi should have. You know, that's what he ended up with the purple lightsaber. I don't know how they pick. I don't know if they choose their colors. I don't remember that. I'm sure there's a lot of Star Wars nerds out there that know every little detail about how that.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
I know there's a kyber crystal that they get, and they build their hilt and all that stuff, but I don't know if the Force determines the colors. Anyway, I'll stop nerding out on you guys.
So, freaking Obi-Wan gets stuck on the damn door.
As soon as hold that thought. As soon as that happened, I knew what was gonna happen. I knew it.
And for them to do that to a main character too, like he's in the whole movie, he's the main person, Qui-Gon, you know.
And then my first movie watching it, I was like, he's already dead.
But you know what though? He even said like he can be more powerful in death. He can do more in death. So I think he wasn't afraid to die. He knew like go ahead and kill me. Like I still got a lot more left to do.
Qui-Gon had a ton of faith in Anakin too. Like everyone turned him down. Everybody turned Anakin down. And Qui-Gon was going to train him still. Even if it was away from the Jedi, I think he would have trained him.
That was a little bit at fault, though, too, because his metachlorine count was way too high. Like, they knew this ain't safe. Like,
there's a lot of hate in that boy.
Yeah.
Just because being a slave and the way he grew up and stuff like that, there's a lot of...
What did you think about that when Yoda's like, I sense anger in him, or fear. I sense fear in him.
I already, like...
Well, you kind of knew, right?
Yeah, I knew, like, something was going to happen. Like, he was going to do something dumb. Mm-hmm. And it was bound to happen. He was bound to get in his feels.
Yoda's just forever dropping knowledge, though. Fear leads to anger leads to hate leads to pain leads to suffering. It's like, dang, that relates in all our lives, right?
Okay, also, when Yoda would fight... I was like, how come he's walking around all like with his cane, and then when he's fighting, he's all like,
it's the Force.
Fast.
You gotta understand the Force.
I was like,
but yeah. So to get back on topic, the Qui-Gon, he finally gets killed by Darth Maul, and then Obi-Wan gets let through finally, and then we get that battle, and you see how powerful Obi-Wan is as a swordsman. I mean, he took on Darth Maul, who killed Qui-Gon, his master, you know.
Yeah.
And he was able to kill him as a Padawan. Because Obi-Wan was still a Padawan at the time. But we get into Obi-Wan finally killing Darth Maul, and he splits him in half, and he falls down the tube. What did you think of the way Darth Maul died?
I don't know. I mean, I was just, like, glad that he killed him, I guess. Mm-hmm. Like, got that revenge. But also I felt like when he seen Qui-Gon die, like, I felt like he was like fighting on anger and like raging because obviously he's seen his master die.
Well, at the end of the day, though, he was still technically defending himself.
True, that's true.
I thought it was super cool. First off, I was upset and disappointed that Darth Maul got killed. And I wanted him to be in the rest of the movies.
I know he was only at the end.
He was super awesome, but it was super cool though the way he's hanging from the cliff and he jumps up, grabs the lightsaber, slices him in half, like.
Yeah. And it's with Qui-Gon's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon's lightsaber.
Yeah.
I was hyped. To tell you.
Yeah, that was a good ending to the first movie. I loved it. But let's get into movie 2. Anyways, guys, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Make sure you leave a comment if you liked it. And check out the videos on your right here, or on your left, wherever they are. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Stuck on the Screen Up.